Hey guys, in this video we are going to use some information to solve for the unknown angle within a triangle. And in order to do that, you just have to have a few pieces of information, at least for this video. The first thing I want you to be aware of is that a triangle is, of course, a three-sided figure. And so we can label each of our angles, angle A, B, and C. The other thing I want you to be aware of is the fact that if you see a box within a corner of a triangle, the measurement of that angle is understood to be 90 degrees. And the third piece of information is that the sum of angles within a triangle is always going to be 180 degrees. What does that mean? Angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. And for now, this is all we need to know to make it to the end of this video. So let's do an example. Imagine that you have a triangle. The measurements of that triangle are 43 degrees, 65 degrees, and you're asked to find the measurement of the third side. I'm going to label this X. Well, we know that the sum of angles in a triangle are going to add up to 180 degrees. So let's write out the sum of all of the angles in a triangle. The first angle is 43. The second angle is 65. The third angle is X. And we know that the entire sum of those is equal to 180 degrees. Now, this looks like an algebraic equation. Definitely go ahead and check out our video on how to solve algebraic equations if you're not quite sure how to move forward. But if you're okay, let's keep going. The first thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is remember that my goal is to isolate the X. And so I look at the X and I look at where it is in relation to the equal sign. It is on the left-hand side. And so anything else that's on the left-hand side of the equal sign, I need to get rid of. Now, there's multiple ways of doing this. And so, if you have another way of doing that, then you can definitely go ahead and do or use the way that you're most comfortable with. What I'm going to do first is combine like terms before I continue moving toward my goal. So on the left-hand side, 43 degrees and 65 degrees, they are both measurements of angles. And so I'm going to combine them. When I combine them, I end up with 108 plus X is equal to 180. Now that they're combined, I have less numbers to work with. Now, remember our goal is to isolate our X. So 108 has to move. 108 degrees has to be removed. How can that happen? That can happen using opposite operations. It is a positive or plus 108, so the opposite of plus or positive is minus or subtracting 108. And if I do that on one side of my equal sign, I must do it on the opposite side. Now, when I apply that, 108 minus 108 is 0. And on the left-hand side, I am left with X by itself, or positive X. That is equal to 180 minus 108, which is going to give us 72 degrees.